What's good, guys? How you doing? I'm jamming out some song right now. Hold on. Let me go back towards like the start of the song. I'm gonna send all of this to you boys in chat, okay? If I can you guys let me know if audio is all good, all that stuff? I highly recommend if you guys can hear this, okay? If I'm coming through, you can hear me. I highly recommend for the rest of this stream that you load up that song in the background and skip to when the song starts, the beat drops, as one might say, and listen to that for this live stream. Because I must start off this live stream with a warning. If you do not like NixOS and you are wanting me to diss it in this live stream, well, brother, you're in for a fucking rude awakening today. It's gonna be bad. Very, very bad. I love it. It's so good. I'm gonna piss some people off that don't like Nix today. It's so good. I really like it. I can't hear you, so I don't know what to do with that song. You can hear me. You can hear me, brother. Don't try to play coy with me. You can hear me. I see the audio levels in the OBS. It's really just, do I need to like turn it down, to change anything? You know, really. Well, I did try NixOS before and then left. I don't know. I can't remember why I left Nix last time. I have no idea, but I know I checked it out before. Dude, it was so freaking easy to switch from Arch to this. So easy. And everything works. Like everything. So, for one, just so we're clear, let me go into Pavu control. I also need to reconfigure my Tofi, make it look much better. But I have music playing. I'm playing the Woofty song right now. Echo cancellation working just fine. Perfect. Very good. I can't hear you. Maybe I should unmute it. Yeah. You guys, yeah, you should definitely unmute it. I don't know why you couldn't hear me before. I changed nothing. I don't know. What do you use for a lock screen in Wayland? The power button. I don't lock my screen or do any of that stuff. Actually, so let me go ahead and walk you boys through my configuration here. Let's wrong button. Let's zoom in a little bit. SVim into /Etsy, NixOS, and then configuration. So the hard, like for one, installing NixOS, dead freaking simple, dude. Like they got a GNOME graphical installer. It looks great. It's just like any other installer. You can choose the desktop. I chose none. I wanted no desktop on my install. I wanted to do it all up myself. So in this file, pretty much all I've done is I did have to run like an update channel command for or I had to like add a channel and then update or whatever for Home Manager, and then I added the import for Home Manager in here. I'll get to that in a second, what Home Manager is and all that stuff. Changed my host name to HyperNix. And I think I actually saw a video today. There's someone else using the name HyperNix for using Hyperland and Nix because it's a great name. So yeah, there's someone else already doing that. I know I am technically copying someone else. I did actually think of it on my own, but I'm not surprised that someone else already thought of it. super simple and easy. But the network manager was already enabled. I just had to add Hyperland enable the sound, RT kit, Pipewire. Um, Pipewire automatically came through with my configuration because I also just pulled in my DAW files for everything after this. Uh, just super simple. I had to add a few lines to the X server, which I was trying to use GDM. I was going to see if GDM worked just by adding these lines. It doesn't. So I can actually remove these two lines because I don't really care. I was just going to try GDM. Um, I'm fine with logging in through the TTY. I know some people aren't, but I I saw someone else had configs with just those two lines in there for GDM, and I was like, oh, is it that simple to set it up? Apparently not. I don't know. But uh, I mean, like literally setting up Hyperland, the desktop portal, everything is done with just enabling Hyperland. Like it's so simple, like ridiculously simple. Let me see. I enabled lib input, set up my user, added him to a few extra groups, added the home manager like thing, like the actual settings for it that you got to set. And I have it importing my home.nix file, which again, I'll get to that in a second. Uh, allowing free packages, and then I've got all my system packages here, uh, which like that's the hard part. Just adding in the packages that you want to get installed. That's it. That's all I had to do in this file. Uh, and then in my home Nix configuration, um, I'm setting the state version, which like this is the hard part, that in your home directory and username hard part. Like you literally just the state version should match the version at the bottom of your configuration in Nix. Uh, then I'm setting up the Qt theming and GTK theming, which it pulls in the cursors that I need, sets the icon pack, all that. Like if I load up Thunar, I actually think my Thunar looks better now, like with this icon pack. Papyrus is great. It's just a great icon icon pack. But yeah, like it's so simple to use, man. So easy. SVim. Oh no, SVim is an alias I have for sudo vim. That's it. It's nothing special. It's not a separate application. It's just an alias. Oh, oh. OBS is shitting itself and dropping frames. What the fuck is happening? Hello? Who is using our Wi-Fi? Okay. Dude, what is happening? Okay. I just dropped like 1100 frames in OBS. Like I just dropped 6% of the frames I was sending over the course of like a minute or two. Holy shit. What is happening with my internet? Hey, good God. This one time I can say it's not my sister because she's not here. I don't even think she's at her own place. I think she's doing a console with a new client. Yeah, it's fine now, but whew, there for a minute, OBS was really pooping itself. Leave the Pavo control running. How's it going, cellular data? But yeah, like this is all I had to do to get Nix configured. Well, I set up these two files. And then I created, or not created, I pulled in my dot files. I don't mean to be typing in YouTube chat over here. Quit out of there. I pulled in my dot files with Yatum, which Yatum is in, obviously. By the way, if you need a program, it's in Nix's package manager. Like, if you need a program, could someone please, for the love of God, list me a program that you can't find in Nix? There, dude, I found everything. There are, okay, so there's a GTK theme for Tokyo Night that's not even that popular because like there's multiple versions of the Tokyo Night theme for GTK. And the specific one that I was looking for was in Nix's repositories. Like, what the hell, dude? They have everything. Excision? What is that? Is that, hold on, Excision Linux? I'm gonna search on my other monitor just so I don't possibly get weird stuff. Did I misspell it? Shizen. Ah, yes, I did. Shizen. Shizen. Okay, it's a game. A variety of Mojang solitaire. Yeah, this is really obscure. Okay, so this is a good point. One of the few things that someone can point out that they don't have is a program from 1995, and it's a variant of Mojang or Mojang. I probably even butchered the pronunciation there. I'm horrible with username. I'm horrible with everything. Okay, man. I can barely speak my own language. That's why it's ridiculous when people get mad at me for not speaking multiple. Nate, thank you very much for the $5. Oh, thank you, brother. I will need that coffee money this Christmas, man. My family got some big ass this Christmas. Which also, hold on. Look, well, it's just us here. Okay. All right. This cannot get back to my sister. Okay. So if you go to Matt's store, which let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so if you go to the linuxcast.com and you go over to the store page, he's got this shirt here, the I Hate Nuggies shirt. Okay, it's great. It's a fantastic shirt. So this exact color and shirt he sent me as like a Christmas present, and also just so I could wear it on the podcast. The last one I forgot. I literally had it sitting right next to me and forgot to put it on for the podcast. But anyway, so when this shirt was delivered to my house, my sister, like, so I left it out on the back of a chair next to the front door, and she came in and she like looks at the shirt and she goes running up to me and she's like, hey, so I think either you or mom forgot and like left a present out in the foyer. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, the shirt out there, the one with the penguin on it. And I was like, no, that's mine. And she goes, no, stop it. Get the fuck out. No, it's not. And I'm like, yes, it's mine. She goes, no, it can't be yours. Why would it be yours? Think about it. I love penguins. I love nuggies. I say nuggies. Why is the packaging say nuggies on it? And then the shirt has a penguin and nuggies, which, by the way, she does love penguins. Like, all of her Christmas gifts get wrapped in penguins. She's got a ton of penguin stuff. So she loves penguins. I had to explain to her that it's my shirt, really, and that like I had to explain the whole backstory of why it would have a penguin on it, why it would have nuggies, or why it has nuggets on it, why it's called nuggies, all of that. And then so she's like, she wants the shirt so bad, and I'm not giving it to her. So she loves blue, so I ordered her one in blue. So she doesn't know that. Don't let it get back to her, okay, boys? All right. I know some of y'all probably could message her. Don't tell her, okay? She's gonna be so fucking excited. By the way, also, if you boys haven't gone over to Matt's store, like, just so you know, I'm not greedy. Okay, I could wait until I have my store launch with a new merch line that I spent 300 something freaking dollars getting the art for. But go over to Matt's store, man. This mouse pad, I know a couple people who have them. The quality of them is so good, and I really got to be honest, Matt knocked it out of the park with his design. It looks so good. This mouse pad right here. Sorry, I didn't even realize I wasn't sharing the screen. Matt did a great job with this mouse pad. It's so good. But yeah, uh, so you can see I've got echo cancellation working with Pipewire. It literally took me configuring 2 files in no time. The okay, from completely installing Nix in the like live ISO to getting to a working desktop with Hyperland with all of my dot files and exactly where I was on Arch took about 30 to 45 minutes. And I have no issues. None. It works flawlessly. And I got to be honest, using Home Manager is freaking lit. Like it is so good, especially if it's just you. Like you could do a lot more cool things if you had a multiple user system with Home Manager, but like dude, just for one user, okay. Normally you gotta make sure, like, especially if you want to like replicate your dot files to other people or like make using your system really easy for other people. Normally you've got to like, package your freaking icon pack, theme pack with your dot files, or have a script that pulls them in and puts them where they should go. All that BS. No, just a simple config file. Like, yeah, it'll make sure the packages gets installed. It sets the themes for GTK. It's great. Like it's so good. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that message, Smooth. All right, and I do love the fact that your username is Smooth Chauvinator. That message lines up with your username perfectly. I'm just gonna decline to comment on that one. Pipewire for the win. Yes, Pipewire is great. What's up, Kudu? How's it going? We just talking about the greatness that is Nix. My issue with NixOS is that it's not scalable. It needs every program in the world to be adaptive for Nix. Man, I I can't really speak to that yet. I would assume that's probably true because the way Nix the store works and the packaging works is very different, quite different. So I could definitely see that, but I mean, I will say one thing: it doesn't seem like they're struggling for packages. If I'm being honest, like I everything I needed was in there. Dude, they had Tofi, like okay, like I get that. That's okay, sure. All right, so they have one slightly more obscure app like program launcher. No, they have every single one that I looked at, like every single one. Tiling window managers, every single one. Like everything is in there. It's really good. If NixOS is so good, why does some person, I don't know who that is, I don't know like what that username stands for, still use Windows 8? Mm. Why would anyone still be using Windows 8? Probably because it's a tablet, if we're being honest. If you get a tablet, Windows 8's probably pretty good. I mean, I would use 8.1, but whatever. Um, I have no idea about I know a lot of people use Nix with Emacs, and it's very easy to set up Emacs with NixOS. I did watch a video of someone who regularly uses Emacs and was talking about how you configure it in there. I'm not interested in Emacs at one, couldn't care less about that, so I didn't really pay attention. But yeah, I know it can be done, and configuring rat poison, well, it's going to be easy. I heard that it uses a binary cache. Uh, I don't know. Again, all of the like really nitty gritty stuff, like behind the scenes with Nix, on like how the actual system operates, I'm not too sure. I haven't really gotten there yet. This is honestly day one of using it, because I started using it yesterday afternoon, and like I started installing it yesterday afternoon and then just playing around with it, setting up Home Manager, just seeing what I could do, watching videos on it. That's pretty much all I did. Like I haven't even read it. Also, by the way, I should state this: I haven't read a single lick of Nix documentation doing this. Nothing. This is all done off just watching some YouTube videos while it installed and going through it. Like I haven't read a single piece of documentation. I Googled things like a handful of times, like looked at Reddit and like, some forums, but that's about it. Yeah. I haven't read an ounce of documentation on anything. And I understand a lot of it, like pretty much all of it. It's very easy to understand. So I don't know. Like I've gotten around the documentation problem pretty easy because there's a lot of really good content out there on NixOS. That's what's scary to me. Like I'm kind of nervous about pushing out like NixOS content, because now that I watch some of the others, god dang man, there's some really good NixOS content. Oh, the law. Oh yeah. Oh. 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 So why does a degenerate still use Windows 8? I don't know. It's source based. Look, man, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get into reading more about Nix, but right now I haven't had like to literally onboard onto Nix. I haven't had to do any of that. I've I mean, even learning Home Manager was as simple as watching a video like that explained it. And then the video that explained it, he had a blog post on it. So everything that he was talking about and all of the commands on screen and stuff were over in his blog, or like his website, whatever. It's a blog. Let's be real. So anyway, yeah. And so like that made it easier for like copying longer commands, which the only one that was long was changing the channel to the home, or adding the channel for Home Manager and then pulling it in. That's it. Like, I mean, it's so ridiculously simple. I don't know why I quit using Nix last time. Like, I don't know if they've like improved stuff or like ironed out bugs. Like, I don't know. But dude, if you need a Hyperland configuration, bruh, like normally Hyperland can be a real bitch to get onboarded, because you you miss things. Like you either don't get the proper desktop portal or something, like you miss something. It's so simple. Like, and like it sets up a lot of things too. So like if you, and also on the NixOS page, that's actually what they or Hyperland page, that's actually what they recommend. So if we go to Hyperland's website and then we go over to the wiki, installing Hyperland, Nix, enable Hyperland in your NixOS, and it's literally just that. And then here it explains it. So you can use the Home Manager module, which lets you declaratively configure Hyperland, which I have not messed around with that yet, but that does intrigue the shit out of me. like a lot. I'm very interested in how that works. Because like if I can just not have a big configuration, like, or separate smaller configurations, because my config file for Hyperland gets very large, and I could just stuff it all into a simple config that's like you don't even have to have the files there. Like I can remove that from the dots, like just keep it in one file. That's pretty nice. Like, that's really cool. That makes deploying your system for other people very easy, which I know is the whole point of Nix, if we're being honest. But still, it's very good. Very good. I think I did a good job on the thumbnail. I think I did. Wait, what am I doing? I'm now looking over OBS. Dude, I should like, kind of zoom in on the text. It might be a good idea. Maybe. Just maybe. Buffering again. Well, it must be on your end, because from OBS's end or YouTube's end, if we're being real. Okay? Because on my end, I have not dropped any more frames. We all good. We all good on my end. My internet's staying Gucci. But yeah, so I don't know. Does anyone have any like questions about Home Manager or like how I set this stuff up? Because I could walk through the order. Like the only thing I haven't talked about is actually rebuilding it. Which, like, by the way, so after you like mess with your configuration stuff and change stuff, you just run a sudo nixos -rebuild and then switch, and you can tab complete, by the way. So like when you're like, oh, that's a super long command, I don't want to type all that out, like you don't freaking have to, brother. Just tab complete, you're okay. It's all good. So, and then you run this, it rebuilds the system, and you reboot. That easy. What's your estimate of getting back to Arch? I don't know. I really don't. Like, Arch is still installed on the system, but I think I'm going to remove it and just pull everything over. Like, and then I'll probably do, I don't know what I'll do. Like, I'll do something with my drive setup. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, I can't believe how easy it was to transition. And like I was kind of nervous on like what I would mess up or how many problems I would run into. I've run into none. Like none. The only thing I haven't set up is V4L2 loopback. That's it. I need to set that up. I don't know. I do really like Arch, but I really like Nix. I don't think so. Because there's so much stuff that I haven't like checked out. Like I still haven't done anything with flakes. I still haven't learned anything about how like Nix actually under the hood really works. Other than like general like things I've heard in the past and like guesstimates I can make about how it functions. So, like, I mean, there's a whole bunch of aspects of NixOS that I haven't looked into yet. Yeah, well, I mean, I think a whole bunch of things are easy to set up on NixOS. And we're going to be on, like, if my frame of reference for everything that I have done so far expands over to everything else, then I don't think there's anything in Nix that's really hard to set up. Yeah. And I don't know. I've heard a lot of, I think you are right, because I've heard a lot of people talking about flakes, but I don't know what the point of them is yet. Because like I know you can replace and do things differently than the way that I'm doing them now with flakes for some things, but I don't get the point of it, because already I'm very surprised at the simplicity and like the reproducibility of the system already. Like, very nice. Now, I do know that a lot of people have problems with NixOS because it's not is it FHS compliant? I think that's the an acronym. I'm not sure. Maybe it's slightly different, but um, like they cause that can cause issues with like the bevy engine and like some things, but I don't. I haven't had a problem with it yet for anything that I do. So RMS compliant, yeah, yeah, yeah. I couldn't use GUIX. There's too many problems with it. I did distro hop again. I did. Wait, actually, you know what? I should like prove that. I think it's pretty good, dude. Yeah, like you have the problem with me with GUIX is I do use proprietary stuff, and I would have to jump through too many hoops to get things like Discord or like a web cord or something like that to work. And I'm just not very confident in its software availability. That's my only that's my only problem with GUIX. And that in the past when I've tried out GUIX, that has been a problem. It's just software that is either proprietary or relies on proprietary bits. Um, but then again, I can't really hold that against GUIX that much because that's kind of the point of it is to like not have proprietary stuff, like actually be a free operating system. So that's not really a problem with it, but it is a problem with me using it. If that makes any sense. Hold on, I'm gonna change the song I got playing. Hmm. Oh yeah. By the way, I am listening to songs. I just have the desktop muted. Oh, and by the way, I also like just so you know, like I don't have like headphones in or anything, so like there's no cords, no nothing. So like it's all coming through the speakers. Like the pipe wire echo cancellation worked out of the box, no problems. Like everything about this system worked beautifully. It's so ancient. Yes, it is. So ancient. What are we on now? Hold on. Let me go to the. That's actually a good point. Hold on. Let me see. What is it? Linux kernel. Ooh, brother, brother, we are a little bit behind. Dude, if this heart would, I swear to God, I know me and Matt have both lost our minds on the Linux cast about this BS. And like, I know I've done it multiple times, but dude, I'm getting so sick and tired of this. Move this freaking heart button somewhere else. Why is there an Amazon? And then I swear to God, I cannot read that freaking. There we go. There we go. Someone else chatted. Thank you. Thank you. Now I can finally read the freaking message. Why is there an Amazon icon for packages? Wait, hold on. What? Oh, you mean in NeoFetch? Oh, why not? I mean, Amazon delivers packages. Why not? I mean, it's not like I'm actually getting my packages from it. Well, I take that back. It depends on what kind of packages we're talking about, there, brother. I wonder if Matt's package will come through Amazon. I doubt it, but I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised if like Amazon ended up being the carriers at all. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if any of you guys have used Nix and then stopped using it, what Like, what's the reason you left it? Yeah. Oh, and yeah, none tricks. You actually point out something very good with your comment there. Not only is it very easy to like, you know, keep it from breaking because it will tell you what's wrong. Anytime you go to rebuild your configuration, you've changed settings, added stuff, and there's a problem, it will tell you what went wrong. Like, now, granted, it will tell you in a way that freaking teed if it was Linus from Linus Tech Tips doing it, he would think the system had ate itself, blown itself up, like, it was completely unusable from now on. But if you actually like, read the text that comes out, it does tell you, and like normally have an arrow pointing, like literally like one of those up things right at where where it failed in the config. So you're fine. I left it because I broke it by switching to unstable. Yeah, I would assume that could do it. Yeah. I'm very nervous about going to unstable on this kind of system already because it's already very different from other systems. I can see just how many places something could theoretically go wrong. So I want to keep it as stable as hopefully possible. Same thing on Arch. That's why I don't install a ton of applications on Arch either. Like I install what I need and pretty much nothing past that. Maybe like fun applications, C Matrix, Lolcat, LSD for better LSing, all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, I try to keep it minimal. I would say Nix is not worth it for desktop use if you're going to be setting up something like, a DE like you would have on some other system. Like, it's not really worth it. However, if you're using tiling window managers and specifically Hyperland and you want to jump into Hyperland, I got to be honest, I cannot imagine there being any simpler method than doing it this way. This is so unbelievably simple. Like, so simple. The Rust compiler is very, very good. If Cargo wouldn't be a turd sometimes, which Cargo is also really great, but sometimes it can also be a real turd. But if Cargo wasn't sometimes a turd, Rust, the entire Rust ecosystem in my mind would be perfect. It'd be amazing. But I get it. Cargo's not an easy thing to keep going great. Which I know there is a lot of NixOS developers that use Rust. That is very common. Um, Only because there are some packages. Yeah. I mean, that's why everyone goes unstable. Well, sane people go unstable. Might be able to use them unstable since everything is contained, but I have no idea how. Yeah, I mean, you could always use like NixOS, and then for certain things that you have to do that would only be available inside of unstable, you might be able to go the distro box route and just run Arch inside of that for that kind of development, and then use things like DaVinci Box, to run DaVinci Resolve, but inside a distro box where it'll actually work. Yeah, Grub and NixOS I know can be a real pain to set up. That's why I don't want to switch away from system deboot. And also, one of the things that I really like about um, Nix is that I always have a really hard time with system deboot. Like, I don't know what it is, but for me to get system deboot working is always a hassle. Like, it's always a hassle. Um, this uses system deboot. It's already set up. It works perfectly. Works great. So I do like that. But if you don't want to use system deboot, yeah, I can see that being annoying as hell. But I do know other people are using Grub. Jake at Linux on YouTube would probably be a great person, a great channel. Like if you're looking for Linux content creators to either watch about Nix or definitely talk to about Nix. I think Jake at Linux and Oglo the Nerd, um, or just Oglo, are two great people. Now, Oglo, I will say he is under 18, so he's a very young kid, but he knows a lot about Nix, and he can most likely help you. And they've also both done videos on Nix and have good ones. So, and I mean, I'll try to be putting out NixOS content, but like, look, it's probably not going to be that informative. I mean, maybe it will be. I don't know, but like, a lot of them already have like their videos were what helped me get on here, and man, they were really good. Yeah, I know a lot of people hate cargo. Like, I don't hate cargo when it comes to Rust, but cargo is just it's so good sometimes, and then dude, it's so bad. Like when it takes a hard L, sometimes it has really ticked me off because sometimes when it doesn't build, it doesn't make any sense, or like packages like it can't pull in for some reason, or just like the download speed tanks for seemingly no reason. Can't hold it against it too much though now because OBS seems to be doing the same thing. But you know, whatever. Hey, that's kind of wild. Yeah. Hello, everybody watching the stream. If you got any questions about NixOS, ask them. Um, Now, granted, I am very new to using NixOS, so I'll try to answer any questions best I can, but I'm not a pro. Okay. This is really nice. This is like getting set up, man. Oh my God. I couldn't believe yesterday I was done and had like the exact system I had on Arch on Nix in 45 minutes flat. And I didn't know a thing about it. I hadn't read documentation at all, just watched videos. That was wild. That was really good. That's a like it says something about how good like a first impression is very important. Like no matter in what setting, whether it's software, in person, wherever, like a first impression means a lot. And NixOS's first impression, I don't know about the last time I tried it, but this time around, holy hell, this was a good first impression. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. Most build times could be improved, but mm, I don't I haven't been building like a lot of stuff in Rust before. I did a few videos on a series on Rust and stopped because I lost interest. And I've done a few things in Rust since, and like, you know, I like Rust, but it's not like a passion or anything. It's just I find it interesting. Even as odd packages for Rust. Yeah. Package administration. Yes. I don't know that there's such thing as overusing them, but there's something to be said that if you're going to provide a package manager for your programming language, that package manager has to be reliable as hell. Like you have to make sure it's rock solid. And that's the only flaw I see in cargo is it's not rock solid. It is really good, but it's not rock solid. It needs to be. I look, none tricks. Rust devs are not clowns, okay? Some Rust devs are clowns, and some of them are very freaking loud. It's the same way as like vegans aren't all bad, but good lord, man, that little minority that is, whew, they make up for all the good ones. Like, oh, it's bad. I think it's the same thing with Rust. There's just a very small minority that ruin it for everybody. Well, yes, Cargo is much better than Cabal, but you know, Yes. I don't know what else I was going to say to that, but yes, you're right. NPM needs help. I like NPM. I don't know, like, what's wrong with NPM? I never really have problems with NPM. I mean, personally, I don't know. I don't do a lot with NPM, but the little that I do with it, never normally a problem. Although, what's the program? Yeah, I think it's NWG look. When you go to compile it, it needs go and it compiles go. Dude, can we just talk for a second about what the hell is like Go's compile is wild. Like there's let me know if this is not normal, but when NWG look compiles from the AUR, when it compiles Go, it is the longest thing in the world. Like it's 15 to like 20 straight minutes and there's no output. Period. It looks like your entire computer is just froze. Makes no sense. I don't think Rust binaries are bloated. Actually, I honestly haven't even heard that before. This is my first time hearing that. I've never heard someone say that. Now, again, I'm not like diving into Rust forums or anything. It's just who talks to me. My dog be having an intense dream right now. Yeah, and I was actually very surprised. Like I posted a short of um Nala and Buddy's puppies, and like, dude, it got like 10K. I think it's got like 10K views or something like that. Like a lot of people were really liking it. Like I got a whole bunch of really nice comments. It got a lot of likes. I think I don't know. The like ratio is really high. Um, but also there was a few people who were like really wild in comments. Like I had to delete some because like some were like accusing me of like mistreating the dogs or like this being some kind of like breeding farm or something like because we want money. Like it was weird. I was like, no, we just wanted them to have one litter because a whole bunch of people said they would want blue heeler and husky mixes. And so we got a whole bunch of good homes for them lined up. We wanted them to have a litter before we get them fixed. What, like, what's, I don't understand the problem. Like, and a whole bunch of people were like, yeah, you won't find good homes for those mutts. We're like, what? Around here, apparently blue heeler and husky mixes are very, very wanted. Like, this dude is having, my dog is passed out, having a good dream. Uh, Chromium or Android. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, compiling that crap sucks. But yeah, so I think this is like I don't know if there's anything else that you guys want to really talk about because I don't think there's really much to talk about else. I mean, that's pretty much all I've done. Like what all that we've talked about is pretty much all that I've done. I've set up a simple configuration file, set up my home like set up home manager, which all in all, getting all of that, the base install of Nix, all of my programs added in the config, all that stuff took 30 to 45 minutes. Easy as pie. And then I had a working system. Like Echo cancellation works, OBS works, like I haven't tried gaming. We could probably should we load up a game and test that? We do that? Maybe? Do you I use a trackball? No, I'm actually using this MX Master 3 right now. But you can see it's dirty. the buddy at one point chewed on it because it fell. I think it was when I was gone to work, and it was before I had a really nice kennel for him because I've got a right now he's in his smaller kennel because he likes that for some reason. I don't know why, but I got him this really nice big kennel with like a mattress in it and a bowl and everything. And so before he had that, I just left him out of my room, and my mouse was on my floor because I think I dropped it off, grabbing something on my way to work, and so he chewed on the edge of it. So I'm waiting for this thing to bite the dust, and then I'm going to get the ergonomic version of this. Um, yes, yes. Forcing your animals to use GNU/Linux is definitely not good for them. Like, look, for humans, it's great. It's great. You can do whatever you want, but yeah, for your dogs, your pets, not a good idea. Um, mm. I'm inclined to agree with you on those compile times and size differences. However, one thing that I will say is I believe something that would kind of contribute to that time and like size difference would probably be all of the checks and balances in Rust. From what I know, there's quite a bit of that that's added in there. So I would assume that's probably where that comes from. But I'm also not gonna say that it probably couldn't be massively improved. So yeah. Oh, the Logitech thumball mouse because I have that one. That one's really nice. I don't know if that's the M575. Hold on, let me search. M575. Yeah. I've got that mouse. Yeah, yeah. I This is the mouse that I keep in my backpack. Uh, that's my first and only ever trackball mouse. I freaking love it. It's so good. It's so good. You can actually game on it too. Like, yeah, it's not just pretty good, dude. The more you use it, the more you get used to it. Like, it's really good. It's really good. And you would think that your thumb would get fatigued. It doesn't. Like, at least for me. Like, I haven't had that problem. Very nice. And also your accuracy with it too. Like, at first you're not too great with it. It feels a little oversensitive and stuff. Nah, dude. Over time, man, I got so fast with that mouse. Like, like I prefer that mouse with my laptop on the go because you doesn't take up much space on any surface that you set it. You can set it on anything because you don't have to move it around. It's great. Like, it's cheap too. Also, that's another thing. Um, yes, some things are also not multi-threaded. Yes, I do know that. There's not much about Rust that I know, but there is some surprisingly odd things that I do know about Rust. And I don't know if it was because it was covered in the book or if it's just because I've read so much about Rust. It just hit me like for somebody who like doesn't really do anything in Rust and has never really done anything in Rust, I've read a lot about it. It's kind of odd. Yeah, no, you don't want your cheese sticks where your freaking mouse is. And also, don't forget to clean out those sensors because you'll get gunk around the sensors underneath the mouse ball. Like, if it ever stops like flowing really smooth, um, like it's got a hole at the bottom. You stick your pinky through there, pop that bitch out, and then there's the sensors there. Clean it out. You can use a Q-tip or just your finger and just clean out. I'm pretty sure it's just like dead skin or whatever. That gets caught up in the sensors. You just clean it out. Brand new. Works just like it's brand new. It's great. Do you know how to set the DPI in Linux, or is that not a thing? I don't think it's a thing. I don't think so. And that's like one of the things I'll say. Like, I don't know about your system, but if it's anything like mine, that trackball is extremely precise and very sensitive. Trust me when I say, keep using it. Use it all the time. Like on any system that you go use, like use it as much as you possibly can for a continued time. In about a week or two, you should be pretty proficient with it. In a month, you'll be like it is. Like you won't want to use anything else. Even an MX Master doesn't feel quite as good. The only reason I prefer the MX Master is just because it's got the buttons on the side that are closer to it and the horizontal scroll wheel. That's it. If that Logitech Thumball thing had, they wouldn't even have to move the buttons. If they just added a horizontal scroll wheel, that's what I'd be using. There are joysticks that are set up to be mice. Like they actually, even though they look like a joystick, they're set up and use the drivers of a mouse. So you can get those. I have no idea how much they would cost. I have no idea who sells them. I have no idea what a good brand would be. But yeah. So like wait, hold on. So I think I've installed Zero AD on here. Let's see if I can play it or like OpenRA. There's Zero AD. Let's see. Don't show this message in the future. Hold on, let me go over here and pause this song. And let me go back over here and I'm gonna turn down the music so I don't blow your guys' eardrums out. Sound music volume. Oh crap. Whoops. What go there. Good lord. Pressing every key combination but the right one. All right. So, general FPS overlay, real time game time overlay, graphics, anti-aliasing. Let's give it that FXAA. We don't want any sharpening. Nah. High, normal, shader effects. Yup. Shadows. Frick it. Large or high. What? Large. Whatever. I don't know. Save that. Let's go back over here, log in. It's not zany, and I never remember my password. I think it's this one. No, it's not. No, wait. Maybe? I don't know. No, I think it's this one. Baby, yes. All right, hold on. Let me give it a password. Let's see. Let's just play against a bot real quick. Let's just load in. Let's see how it does. Oh, by the way, I'm also running this on a 4K screen. Just so you know. With scaling. So let me get you all building this here. So we're getting like already less than already dips less than 60. But that's fine. It's not really a problem. This game normally averages like 20 FPS anyway. But yeah, so gaming on it works. It's an ECFI. No Rust, no Emacs anymore. Have a good time at work, man. Or doing your work.
PSD.
Wait, what am I doing? Why am I actually playing this? Hold on. No. Yes. Just get out of there. So yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about when it comes to NixOS? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this stream up and then I'm going to go pick up my famery, some beautiful Chick-fil-A. I'm so excited. Yes, I do get easily distracted by zero ID. Very easily. I don't think. No, I don't think so, man. Unfortunately, Home Manager does not set up and configure zero ID for you. Yet. I'm sure it will one day. I will laugh my ass off if I find out that it actually is configurable through Home Manager. Like, if that's already a thing. You can manage Firefox extensions with NixOS. Good Lord. Okay. I mean, I just let Firefox Sync do that for me, but to each their own. Why not? Well, all right, boys. Thank you guys for all being here. It's been a great stream, and I look forward to seeing you all in the upcoming NixOS videos and content coming to the channel. Also, I hope you hit the like button before you leave. Consider subscribing if you're not already, and I will see you on the channel very soon.